So walk me through this. You want to do like Treehouse of Horror style intro names for each of us.
Yeah, I think because it's October, like spooky month, we can like come up. I said that as a suggestion, and I don't have one for myself.
Well,
so.
You could be like Andrew Horrors.
That's terrible. No. Andrew Grossus.
Andrew Grossus is pretty good.
Andrew Grossus. And like the Crypt Keeper / Don Pardo that was.
Yeah. Paige, you could be like Paige Weasel. Is that anything?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna go with Paige Wesley. I think
that's really solid.
I would have also pitched Grave Wesley.
Grave Wesley is great.
Oh man! All right, what about
Harmondo Torres?
No.
Oh yes.
What about like?
No, I like Harmondo. Harmondo's great.
I'm trying to think of something like really. What about like active shooter on campus Torres? What about?
How about planet raising 1.9 degrees Celsius? Torres.
What about what about It's a Dark Day for Humanity. The nukes have launched. In about 15 minutes, society as we know it will collapse. For the last time.
Armando has hit the Twin Towers.
For the last time ever. Good night, America.
Oh, Jesus.
And then Torres.
Yeah,
Torres.
Torres. Yeah.
That's pretty good. No, I want. Okay, if we're not going like real with it, then if we're not actually gonna terrify anybody, I'm gonna go with like
Armed and Dangerous Torres.
Yeah, that's pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
yeah. Like
I
Bones.
still like Harmondo.
Harmondo is okay. So that's
is great.
good. That's good and something. But Andrew Horrors is nothing.
It doesn't.
Andrew Grossus was pretty good.
But that wasn't mine.
Okay.
Wolf Mandrew Rosas.
Okay.
If we're doing. Paige grabbed her face in. Really filling in for Griff this round because once again, face in hands. Just oh my god.
Oh god. It just made me think of the name Mandrew. I was like, that's weird on its own.
That's pretty good. Yeah, just go by Mandrew Rosas.
Mandrew Roses.
I feel like I would only be allowed to wear with that name. You're only allowed to wear wrestling singlets. Like you're only allowed to wear
yes, and a greasy porn stash.
Well, I'm halfway there. Now I just need the singlet. I feel like oh god, someone told me one time that they met a person named Dandrew. Like
no,
Andrew with a D at the beginning.
I
was
refuse. That doesn't exist.
I was like, you met this person, and it better have been in line at the courthouse for a name change. That's where you should have to. I hope you met them there because that is one of the most upsetting names.
No.
And then you wanted to change it to Andriel, like instead of Daniel. You went the other way.
The only way that you met a Dandrew is if somebody's real name is Daniel and they realize that they don't want their wife to know they're here right now. And somebody asks, what's your name?
And they didn't go with Dave. Like, it's right there.
Dandrew.
Dandrew
is a real, like Danny, like Dandrew, like pulling out of a tailspin. You're about to give too much stuff away. Yeah, that's real upsetting.
What do you guys think about calling it the studio apartment of horror?
Oh, I love that.
That's solid? Is that
I
good?
like that a lot. Yes.
All right. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, you guys ready to record a podcast?
Except instead of tombstones, it's magnetic poetry on mini fridges.
Yes.
It's the worst two-sentence story you've ever heard of. It's just like fucking, I heard my name called from downstairs. Come. Spelled real long because I cut the U's off other words to make it longer.
He bought one set just for the U's and the other set for the rest of the words.
All right, let's go. Welcome, everybody, to the only relationship advice show guaranteed to ruin your relationship. It's boyfriend material.
Woo!
We are coming to you pre-recorded. Fuck, why didn't I say we're coming to you dead?
Yes! Oh my god!
Fuck. With the first of our Halloween series episodes that we're calling the studio apartment of horror.
Thunder effect.
Yeah.
Cat meow.
You might be asking yourself, oh my god, you might be asking yourself, what the fuck was that?
Things that go bump in the night.
You might be asking yourself,
My knee is on the edge of the bed because this is a studio apartment.
My back every time I get out of a chair. Ooh.
you might be asking yourself, how do these episodes differ? Are they like scarier? Are the questions like Halloween themed? And they would be if I had planned for it, if I had done what I was supposed to do. So instead, next week they will be. But this week we've got a costumed Griff. Ooh. That's right. I am your beautiful ghoul friend. Nope. Fuck. I think boyfriend is just scary enough as it is.
Yeah. You mean the number one threat to women?
Oh,
I like that you started with boo and didn't go boo friend. You went beautiful ghoul friend. You took that shortcut through the graveyard, man. It was wild.
I'm your little gremlin, Armando Torres, and joining me as always we have
sorry, that's just that's old age. It's Andrew Rosas, transforming before your very eyes. It's a full moon.
And visiting us from another plane of dimension ability. Fuck! We have a special guest.
Paige Wesley. Ooh, it's Paige Wesley. I was enjoying the spookiness. I brought my boobs. Does that help? No? Great. Okay.
You brought them. They're also here. Yeah.
They're also here. They entered the room 2 seconds after I did. Old age.
Whoa, what?
Old age.
It makes it sound like you were Naruto running and your boobs did the arm thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah. I have a hallway now. Just Naruto run all day.
Well, we have a special guest, Paige Wesley, coming to us from Horror Virgin Cult Podcast and another fan favorite, a show called RTP.
Yeah, Romancing the Pod. We did have it first, so you know.
I unfortunately regret to inform you that you did not, but we didn't have the other one either first.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm sure there are other people that also had. Well, that's true because Rooster Teeth Podcast was RTP, wasn't it? Well,
yeah.
Too late. Oh well.
Yeah, but you outlasted all of us, so
that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. We've got Paige here because Griff is visiting the most terrifying place on earth.
Ooh.
Atlanta, Georgia.
She's going to see Tyler Scary. Sorry, Tyler Perry. In Atlanta. We had a whole riff on before. We can't open up that can.
Yeah, we can't go fucking hard on Tyler Perry's ass again.
Oh, for him filming entire seasons of TV in a week?
Yep. And the like.
And the like.
That's correct.
Yeah, so we have Paige Wesley here. Paige, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just said that, you fucking idiot. Anyway,
Shut the fuck up. Don't you even know how to do a podcast?
Paige has probably been my best friend for the longest amount of time. And then Andrew, you're my other best friend for the amount of time that we've known each other. And so this is like a really fun place to be right now, and I genuinely mean that. I get to hang out with my two best friends who I think are so funny, and it's going to be a really good episode, and I'm sorry for hyping it up so much. I'm just excited. But Paige, you, in case you haven't listened to what we've done, give terrible advice for the most part to people who desperately need good advice.
Great.
And we do this under the guise of having different perspectives on relationships. I, of course, am a wife guy. Shouts out to the Try Guys. My entire image is the relationship I have with Christ, my Lord, and my wife, the woman that I cheat on. And I don't do these things. It was the guy from the SNL. And Andrew is alone.
Oh yeah. In fact, when you say that, I'm editing this episode. I'm gonna have you saying that echo. You're alone. Terribly alone. But you come in alone, you go out alone, and also apparently do the middle alone. So
you do. It's mostly alone.
Consistency.
Yeah,
Consistency.
Exactly. I'm keeping it real consistent here.
So, Paige, where do you fall on the relationship spectrum?
I'm a married cis het straight lady, and I apologize.
Wow, so you won.
I won.
Yeah,
I won.
Truly,
we're celebrating our 5th anniversary in a few days.
Wow!
Oh my God, you won one too.
Yeah,
I know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
incredible.
Well, that's 5 married, and then there were like 3 before that.
So yeah, you actually might have some like perspective because like people write.
I
in
might
like
have real requests. Real advice, yeah.
You might have some actual like advice because, like Armando said, people write in, people call in, people write in, and their relationships are on the ropes. They are just seconds away from going down.
I read the Reddit posts, yes.
And so they're coming to us for advice. That's how you know they're in trouble. They're coming to us for advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
they didn't go to like a priest first or some sort of marriage counselor. They were like, no, y'all.
Exactly. I mean, therapist is like $160 a session. This is $5 a month for the Patreon, which is active now.
Yeah.
Go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv. And subscribe to the Patreon. Flawless plug. Anyway, so they're coming to us with their problems, which is already a sign that things are in dire straits.
Not good.
And we don't solve their problems. We use it as a springboard to talk about haunted lakes. And
Perfect. Tyler Perry.
And Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Truly.
Yep.
You've got us, and Hitler a lot. You got us figured out. Pretty much.
Reset the clock.
Well, there was one the other day where I got a text from someone the other day that were like, yo, they spent like the whole last episode of RTP hating on Matt Rife. And I was like, damn it, why couldn't it have been on that one?
You could be on any of them. Anytime we talk about Matt Rife, we'll get you in here. Speaking of Hitler,
just call me in.
Look, I still have the Klan plant.
Yay, the Klan plant.
Andrew, do you want to describe the Klan plant?
I would absolutely love to. So for the listeners at home, Armando is holding a succulent plant that is
Some sort of cactus
that is affixed to a base with 4 support sort of rods sticking out. So it circles the plant with chicken wire. Now, the plant itself has about 4 different succulents, or 6 succulent stalks, and then on each of the stalks is what can only be described as Ku Klux Klan hoods.
Yeah.
Yes.
On top of the succulent stalks. And so it is a caged Klan plant. Turn that around in your mind, rotate that around in your mind out there, and whatever you're imagining, you got it. It's right.
It is getting really hard to insist to everyone I know that these are things people give to me. And
including the many swastika things and Nazi coins that people have given. Yes.
Yeah, that are now in not just my home, our home.
Which we have multiple times had to be like, please stop sending us those things. I have to imagine that the chicken wire surrounding that plant is a metaphor for that ICP song called Chicken Hunting, where they go and hunt racists. But I could be wrong.
The plot of the first 20 minutes of X-Men First Class, which should actually just be an entire movie, Magneto Nazi Hunter.
Yes.
Just give me that movie.
Yes.
Magneto Nazi Hunter in South America. Sold. I've already bought 10 tickets.
That's incredible. That's fantastic.
It's a short part of that movie, and I was like, if this was the whole
best.
movie,
It's so good.
I'm happy.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Did I ever tell you guys? Man, maybe I shouldn't talk about this. Nah. Did I ever? Did I ever tell you guys about the movie that I wrote based solely on the name that me and another comedian came up with?
Is it the Danger Dog or whatever? Not the Danger Dog, the Dessert Dog.
The Dessert Dog. No, that was me and Tony Bartoloni, and we didn't
it was
think
an
of that.
invention
It
from
came
you and
to
another
us through
comedian.
acid.
Yes.
The universe spoke.
Yes.
The universe spoke that to you.
Yes,
Just-
yeah. I opened my
Yes.
mouth and the fabric of existence said Dessert Dog, which is of course a banana inside a hot dog bun with peanut butter and Nutella
jelly
and whipped cream.
Yeah, it makes perfect
Yeah,
sense.
it makes perfect sense. No, it was a little movie called Clanpires.
Oh yes, no, I know. You've told me about Clanpires.
And
is this where the clan is peopled entirely with vampires and someone has to hunt and kill all of them? I'm on board.
it's about a small town
Great.
being overrun with what appears to be a white supremacist compound, and turns out to be a group of vampires who are
Write that
also
shit.
racists. And
Yeah,
I
of
did
course.
write it, and I would love to make it. Please, anyone, if you have a connection to Shudder, call me. Call me now.
We need to get that made and my unlicensed Terminator sequel made.
Oh,
It'll be great.
yeah.
Oh, what's the unlicensed Terminator?
No,
sequel?
this. well,
Is it too good? Is it too good?
It is too good.
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't have to burn the idea on this podcast.
No, I'll
Clanpires
burn
was
it.
one.
I feel like
Clanpires was an idea that anyone listening who had a notebook ready to write something down just put it down and turned off the podcast. But Paige's idea is good.
Anyone listening at home, drug Final Draft to the trash, and then immediately opened up Google Chrome and applied to law school.
Oh,
No.
fuck.
I'm trying to remember if I talked about it on mic the last time we had Blaine on Horror Virgin, and I don't know if I did. I might have waited till we were off mic, but it plays with the idea that in the original, like Terminator 1, they don't know which John Connor is the John Connor, but because they go after that specific one, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but they kill two other people in the process, and so it follows the John Connor that's the son of the other Sarah Connor they killed. Because
Damn.
it could have also been him.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good.
Because I was like, we got to get away from like the constant loop. We got to try another track. And so that was, that
That's
was
a
my
good.
idea.
You're absolutely right. We have to try another track with that franchise. But I mean, that's the whole problem with time travel movies. They always fall into the same paradox that you can't change the past because changing the past doesn't give you a reason in the future to go back to the past, so you never do, so you can't change the past. It's like it literally is the first Time Machine story, The Time Machine. That's the whole paradox of that one, and remains to be the problem with every time travel movie since.
I think that's why I liked this idea, because it was somebody outside the loop
Exactly.
who is also affected by the loop.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Can I pitch you guys the movie that I started writing last night after I took a 20 milligram edible?
Yeah, tell us everything.
Please.
So it's more of a show, and it's
Okay.
a legal procedural show. It's a lawyer
Love it.
show.
Okay.
It's basically Suits,
Okay.
but they live in the Purge universe. And
They're busy 364 days a year.
and it's them trying to go through and figure out the legalities of what crimes can you commit and what crimes are you on the hook for. And the entire reason I started writing ideas down for it, by the way, scrap the note immediately when I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
It went in the fuck mustard pile.
Yeah,
Just like,
just
no.
delete. But I was like, okay, if you're like in a prison transport for a crime you already committed and on the purge you break out of prison, that's not against the law. But the next
But do you
day,
still have to serve your sentence for the rest of
Yeah.
your other crimes?
so the next day they would have to fine you and bring you back to prison, and then it would suck. And so it was like, what if I only ever filed my taxes on purge day?
Yeah.
So then I could
Exactly.
technically get away with tax fraud.
I love that in this universe, these are the Santa Claus of lawyers, that they don't work most of the, and then one day it's just the inbox goes from 0 to 500,000. Just
well, these are questions. These are questions that I think the Purge neglects to answer all the time because they always go straight to murder.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's so many other crimes.
Dude,
like, there's so many crimes you
crimes
could commit that I want to commit that aren't murder, but they focus on the murder.
This is the one day where it's legal to transport drugs all across the city. So dealers across America get their stash on Purge Day. And it's one full episode is just a guy in an ice cream truck as he travels across the country throwing boxes of cocaine at people.
Yeah. And
literally Santa just like
Suits
giving snow
in the
to
Purge
everyone.
universe. Come on.
No, I'm sold. That's fucking great. Because they say, "Welcome to the Purge, where crime is legal." The one day of the year when crime is legal. Now they do say crime. They don't say murder, because that would be really easy to just. It's the easiest fix on earth. You just say murder's legal. Great.
Right.
That precludes every other crime, and you don't run into this like, well, yeah, I'm just gonna like
having just seen the Forever Purge last night, Andrew. I can tell you that at least in the updated ones, they say all crime, including murder, is now legal for I think 12 uninterrupted hours. And the only caveat they put is that government officials of a level 10 or higher are exempt. They can't be murdered.
Oh, boo.
Cool.
That's like the first people we would try to murder.
Yeah, frankly, yeah. And it's like, I mean, what do you just go, like it's fucking like Lethal Weapon, diplomatic immunity, and then you just get blown away.
It's just been revoked.
Yeah, it's just been revoked.
That I hate to break it to you, brother. I think that's the entire plot of the Forever Purge.
Yeah,
and I say
that sounds about right. Actually, probably.
I say I think because I got 40 minutes into that movie, and then I started writing Suits in the Purge.
It's Purge meets Suits. It's Pursuits. And
Oh, I fucking love it. All right. Are y'all ready to help out some people who have asked us some questions?
Okay, I'm ready to help some people whose lives have gone completely astray. Please.
Where the Purge seems like a good idea. Like, that's how bad it... Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
This first one comes to us from somebody in need of some help. I live in the Purge universe. And
I'm trying to get divorced, but I want to take all the stuff, not half.
Okay, this first question, I plan on asking my girlfriend to marry me. However, she is a little anxious, especially in public, and has told me that if I propose around anyone, she's gonna say no, and that includes close family members. So all of those ideas are out of the window. Now, obviously, I could just do it at home, but that seems like it would be boring. So I need some ideas. Anything would be helpful. How can I make my proposal exciting? Now, this was a very long email, and I truncated it, but in case it's confusing, they want to propose to their girlfriend, but their girlfriend doesn't like being in public or being perceived, a thing that I feel like I relate to maybe the hardest of any human.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want to exist and not be noticed at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
To be perceived is death in my mind.
It's just on my terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
all
want
it
to
is.
choose the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm perceived then by multiple people in large forums.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what? That is true. But stand-up's different because it's
I control what is being perceived.
I mean, again, it's on your terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or when I'm on the pole. And yeah, they want to make the proposal exciting for their soon-to-be fiance, but they want to do it in a way that doesn't include other people or that keeps it nice. So let's come up with some ideas. Obviously, I've proposed dozens of times. Never once had an accepted proposal. Andrew, you're just by looking at you, I'm gonna say twice in your life you've proposed.
Oh no. No, not once.
Not one time?
Not even once.
You never shot your shot once?
Not even once. No.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
No, I have not.
Be a lot less cooler if you did, actually, is how it...
No, have not gotten on bended knee.
Interesting.
To propose. No, I mean, I've been in some long-term relationships where that like was probably a possibility, but then they imploded before that happened. So
Whoa. The people or the relationship?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Oh my God.
¿Por qué no los dos? Spontaneous, like, explosive decompression.
Well, one of them precludes the other.
Okay.
I feel like if the person implodes, the relationship, no. This is Helen, my bag of goo. It's my hefty bag that I'm lugging around to parties and stuff.
For better or worse.
Yeah. In sickness and in goo.
And in goo. Yeah.
I feel like we just started a new TikTok trend where it's like, honey, would you still love me if I was a bag of goo?
There is a wrong answer.
There is a wrong. Would you rather kiss me or the prettiest bag of goo for $5,000?
My husband hates these questions. Hates them because I make them weird, where I'm just like, what if I was a worm, but you knew it was me and I had all my memories? And he's like, stop it.
That's okay. That's fucked up. But you knew I was a worm, but you knew it was me. Is fucked up.
You knew it was me,
that is.
and you knew that I had all my memories and could perceive the changes in our relationship with my transition into being a worm.
Would you still love me?
Would
Diabolical.
you still love me?
Yeah, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
see, the correct answer is yes.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
But exactly. It's like, well, yes, of course I still would.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have like the nicest garden of fresh soil for you to wriggle around in, and
While I then married someone else, but
Yeah.
you've got the garden.
While
Don't
I
worry about
absolutely blew the back out of somebody else.
You know how easy it is to make it seem like we have a good relationship when you're a worm? You take up this amount of space. I have the rest of the house. I keep you in my office. Yeah, see, this is the problem with our men education system, is that we're just teaching people to regurgitate facts. Like, will I still love you if you're a worm? Yes. But I can't use the critical thinking to tell you why. I don't know why I'm supposed to love a worm. Because they're gross.
I mean,
They're gross and they dig around and shit.
it's a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug, which
Yeah.
is fucking
Yeah.
gross.
You're a mortal enemy bug.
Yes. Why would
Yeah,
I
same.
love a bug?
You would.
This is part of Armando and I are united against the bug forces of evil.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. Raising a fist to bugs, I
To
guess.
punch a bug, yeah.
And
I
then-
mean, that is a huge reason why I keep my husband around, is that he takes care of the bugs out of eyesight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have my partner around because they may or may not get rid of bugs. That's another thing we talk about here, is whether my partner's in league with the bugs. Paige, you've brought up your husband a couple of times now, which I'm going to assume means that you're married.
Yes. Last time I checked, and that was earlier this week when I found our marriage license. we were looking for something else.
A nice thing to find.
There you go.
So, did you propose or were you proposed to?
Neither. We went on a very nice weekend to a place that I really liked and wanted to show him, and it ended up being where we got married, because while we were there, it was like, I love this place. Like, I think if I ever got married, I would want to get married here. And it was like, well, should we see if they have dates available? And that was just it. And then we designed our rings together, so our rings match each other because we had them custom made. So there you go.
Wait, so so neither of you asked the other to marry?
No, we were just like, yeah, clearly we're going to do that. Should we check on the logistics of this? And yeah, and 5 years. So you know what? Winning.
Truly, yeah. It's like, I mean, yeah, romance is nice, I guess. But you know what else is nice? Just a unbelievably good communicative relationship where you're both in absolute lockstep emotionally. It was like, so, oh yeah, we should check and see if they have dates. That's a great idea. Okay. And then it's done.
Great.
You know, like there's no hand trembling with a ring like she might say no. Like, come on.
We were mad they wouldn't let us taste cake that day because they were like, not until we like, move forward with catering and a date or whatever. And we were like, fine. So we went out to the cafe and ordered some of the cakes to taste them anyway.
That is very fun. That is great. I'm also mad when I can't taste cake that day. Any day I can't. Any day there's cake and I can't taste it.
All right. He's just mad because I ate the last piece of cake we have in our fridge.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I didn't. I totally. That wasn't even a dig. I forgot.
Yeah, because for breakfast this morning, I had a 12-inch fucking giant slice of cake, and I ate it outside his door just because I was saying, num, 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 cake for me, none for you, num, num, num. Okay, all right. You're really going to fucking bring it up on the podcast.
I did take that personally, yes. I did take that a little personally.
When I had them write not for Andrew in icing on it. Okay, man.
But you ate the not first.
Yeah.
And so it just...
it just said for Andrew.
So I thought it was mine.
That is...
And he's like, no, it's actually Dandrew's cake. I'm so sorry. I ate the part with the D also.
It's for Dandrew and it's poison. So do not eat this. We're trying to take that guy out.
It's Purge Day in a couple days. So.
Poison purge cakes.
And it is not legal for me to have this.
No.
But it will be illegal for me to kill him with it later. So what's the legality there? We got to call our purged lawyer. Look, it's captured.
They'd have to prove that you actually had it in your possession prior to Purge Day. And if they don't have that kind of evidence, there is a reasonable doubt that you had that cake in your possession prior to the day.
I was thinking about this the entire fucking time I was watching the movie of like, if I murdered somebody, I would keep the body fresh as possible so that I can make it look like I killed them on Purge Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Again, I've only seen a few of the Purge movies. Is there, what about the day after? Is it like compost day? Like there's a cleanup crew that comes in?
Yeah.
And
put couches, old mattresses, bodies from Purge Day, all of it at once. It's Christmas trees.
Exactly. But you take their clothes, put those in the trash. That's not compostable. Take the stuff out of their pockets.
Yeah.
Plastic and whatnot. Because then ostensibly there's, I guess, like there has to be like crews that come around and like, check the authenticity of crimes committed there. And now that gets me thinking.
And picks up the bodies. It's a job creator.
Honestly, it's creating jobs. And also with the purge happening is also, shrinking the market, the worker market. So it's actually, supply is low, demand increased. Anyway,
you're being like,
it might be good for the environment.
Honestly, I'm pro purge now.
Yeah.
I flipped around. I'm all on.
Yeah, I've talked myself completely into it. No, but that gets me thinking. And caller, we'll get to your question in a second. Shut the hell up.
I do have thoughts.
Is if you build a bomb and you set it to go off on Purge Day, does that count as like does that count? Because that's like technically you didn't commit. I mean, you built a device, didn't kill anyone until the day, but it's 100% premeditated. It's like,
but is building the device itself wrong if it doesn't hurt anyone?
Yeah, under federal explosive law, it is illegal to manufacture, store, distribute, receive, or transport explosive materials without a federal explosives license or permit.
Or you just got to build it fast on Purge Day and like assemble all the pieces and then do like dry runs. And then, like, on Purge Day, speed assemble it like blindfolded people cleaning guns.
That's exactly right. Because, again, it's like, I have ammonium nitrate and, technically this thing of fertilizer. Now, they're across the room from each other.
Right. You have not assembled them into an explosive at that point.
Exactly. So, and then it's like, it's Purge Day, everyone. Boom, 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 boom. And then fucking Raymond Scott's Powerhouse starts playing as you're like assembling this bomb.
I was
thinking yakety sax of just
That's rare. I was thinking the fucking Pee Wee Herman song.
Yes.
Rube Goldberg machine of music. Yeah, I really quick, while we were looking up the legalities of making a bomb, I maybe did what I would call speed running, never being able to get on a plane on time, which is Googling, is it illegal to make a bomb? And then clicking a link that says bomb making instructions and then bookmarking it.
Well, I expect we're going to get a nice knock at the door, I think, at 3 a.m.
I'm going to book all my own travel from now on.
That's probably smart.
That's smart anyway.
That's probably smart.
Yeah.
Speaking of travel, so between the three of us, we've got only one person who's ever proposed to anybody, and it's Armando Torres, which is...
It's Armando Torres.
It's Armando Flores. Why is that terrifying? So, really quick, if we want to get the good advice out of the way, what Paige said about going somewhere very special with your partner that has a lot of sentimental value to you that you want to show and share with them, and having a perfect romantic getaway together, and then taking a moment and being like, what if this is where we got married, and then opening up the ring is super cute and super sweet and really thoughtful. And the worst thing they could say in that moment is probably oh my God, yes, but maybe we'll look at other venues actually too also.
Ooh,
That's fair. That's fair. But does that venue have pink champagne cake? I think not.
No, unless they go exactly to where you got married.
True. They're famous for their pink champagne cake.
So this person wants a cute, fun, exciting way to propose with someone who doesn't like cute, fun, or exciting things. No. I'm joking. They do like those things, but they don't like to be perceived. The most relatable thing ever said.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're gonna want to stay away from amusement parks. You're gonna want to stay away from stadiums, jumbotrons. Which is already doomed. You propose on a jumbotron, you're that marriage isn't making it out of the parking lot.
Your marriage is a Giants fan, and this is Dodger Stadium.
So yeah, you're gonna want to stay away from. I would say, what. You go the opposite way, because I think something that, takes the place of people in terms of cool and interesting proposal spots is the majesty of nature, and doing something at Yosemite National Park, something something wild, majestic, and eternal, something that your marriage hopes to be. I think you have to go with something a little bit that also has. There'll be people there. It's a state park or a national park or whatever, but you aren't going to be ideally will not be at a place where people instinctively pull out their phones to film your proposal.
Sure.
Which is a nightmare.
You're also if you go to one of those places, you have a reasonable amount of expectation that you could go slightly off somewhere and be completely alone.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if you go too far off, you'll be alone forever. They'll never fucking find you again.
It's over.
And you'll either eat each other or survive a harrowing experience, and then it'll draw you even closer together. So there's really no downsides to this idea.
No, truly. I mean, this kind of sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. Oh, yeah. My partner I'm going to propose to my partner, but she doesn't want to do it any place public. Will you marry me? Isn't that the sound of a chainsaw? And you're out there in the middle of the woods.
I hate that I'm being sincere right now. I also want to say that you don't necessarily have to go somewhere. It could also be sharing something that you both really love together. This is what I hate, is that I'm being sincere here. I've recently gotten into a little thing called Magic the Gathering, a really fun game. And I play it with
that haunted house that eats people. Yeah. You told me about it last week.
Exactly. Everyone. Yep.
Yeah, I also played. It's very enjoyable.
When is Purge Day? June 21st, 2023.
Oh, we missed it.
Oh, God. I like Magic the Gathering a lot, and I heard a story about the card, one of the only cards that allows for 2 players to win in a game, and it is a 1-of-1 card, and it is called Proposal, and it was made for one guy who had friends that worked for Wizards of the Coast or whoever, and they told them they were going to propose to their partner who they play Magic the Gathering with a lot. And so they made this card that allows 2 players to win the game together, symbolizing the proposal. And then he put that card into his deck and invited his partner to play Magic the Gathering. Now, here's the fun part of the story. It did not come up the first 3 times they played the game together.
Amazing. Incredible.
Andrew, you played Magic with us.
6 hours later.
Yeah. Yeah. And the 4th game being like, no, you don't fucking understand, honey. I want to play again.
She's like, it's 2:30 in the morning. I have to work.
Shuffle up your fucking cards. Roll for high. Yeah. And then...
She immediately plays a card called Break Up. I had this made because this has been coming for a long time.
With the power to steal your opponent's Vitamix blender. Like, yeah.
Dude, or oh my God, could you imagine, and this is only for Magic nerds, but could you imagine he finally gets the card, pays the mana, starts to put it down, and she goes, actually, I'm going to counter that.
Yeah, counterspell.
I don't even know what it is. Get it the fuck out of here.
Yeah, put it in your exile. It goes to the
An
graveyard.
Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But that's very cute. That's very adorable.
It's adorable, and it's also something that they like, both of those people shared with each other, and it was really special for them to be able to do that. I think that if you find something that's really like nice and shared by the two of you, you really can't go wrong. And also, literally showing any amount of forethought is, I think, gonna take you so fucking far, dude. Like,
oh yeah, I mean, like any sort of planning is already really nice. And then I would say, look into your heart to find out what is personal to both of you. Like, what do you share? And then riff off of that. Like, think about like what you do like to do together, what you do kind of have in common, what you like to share. And then that's your jumping off point. From like, because I said go to a state park. It's like, do you guys go to state parks or national parks? No, then don't go there. That doesn't make any sense. Like, do you want to go to Grand Tetons National? Like, when have we don't go outside? What do you mean you go to this national park?
We're indoorsy. What is this?
Yeah, exactly. So that was just a suggestion. But like thinking about like, what you both like to do together, and then sort of, again riffing on that.
Yeah. Yeah, or like inventing a time machine that stops time permanently. And then you can go anywhere in a public place with your girlfriend, and no one else will be able to perceive you because time will be stopped. But while you're fishing around for the ring and you're going to propose next to the Disney fountain, oops, the time machine falls out of your pocket into the water.
Into the fountain.
And it fizzles and goes... Mm-hmm. And then you can't undo it, and you're stuck in the purgatory of a time second that is never to be lived again.
Isn't that what the finale of Futurama? Isn't that like?
Yeah, it is. And he proposes too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
There's also, we did a movie on Romancing the Pod where they have like a period of time every day where everyone's frozen and they're reliving the same day, but everyone else doesn't know. And it was kind of like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of it. Wasn't that important? So are we supposed to be giving good advice? Because so far all of this has been good advice.
I mean, sometimes we give good advice.
Sometimes it's genuine.
All right.
Yeah.
And I think this was one of those times. So I had some friends who went to Abilene Christian University, a conservative Christian university in the state of Texas. And one of the features, I would say, features and a bug of Christian universities, specifically this one, is that a lot of children get married. Very
the MRS
young.
degree.
Yep. A lot of kids get married like sophomore year. Like basically at 19 and 20. You know why? Because they want to fuck. And they think they love the loophole because God is such a sucker for loopholes. He loves you like
God needs the paperwork.
Exactly.
Okay?
God needs the paperwork. He loves the institution. So a bunch of children get married, and of course, and I think 90% of them end in divorce because then they fucking go, oh wait, we don't actually like each other. You know how it goes. You know how most relationships in your teens go. Anyway. So
I went to Christian school all the way through 12th grade and then went to a state school. So a bunch of my classmates all got married.
Yeah. I went to an LA public school, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting phenomenon.
You just got pregnant in high school.
Yeah, exactly. Do it like a real person. Get pregnant in high school.
Yeah.
At my high school, they gave all the girls a bag of flour so they could make food for the babies they already had.
Right. They were boning at a 12th grade level, okay? Like, they were nailing it.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Fucking God going around looking for your ride-her license.
So, all this is to say, because so many people were getting married in college, there began to this phenomenon began to happen where proposals would get more and more elaborate and more intense,
like prom.
Yes, for like asking to get married. One of my friends who went to Abilene Christian University.
Oh no.
One of his girlfriends that was a girl. Her boyfriend got together with his friends and waited till she went on a jog at night.
No.
And threw her in the back of a car.
No.
And
oh my God.
blindfolded her and took her to like a field in Abilene. And he would push out of the car, undid the blindfold. He's there.
Put a fucking gun to her head.
Marry me or else. Like,
no. So the reveal you think you're going to die at like the very you think that the absolute worst thing that can happen to a human being is going to happen to you, and then surprise, it's your 19-year-old boyfriend and his idiot friends. Like, and apparently she said, "If you ask, I'll say no," and which is.
I respect the hell out of her for that.
Which honestly kind of fucking rocks. And
that's amazing.
And I'm pretty sure that was like actually also the end of the relationship. Like that just ended the whole thing.
Why would you think that was a good idea?
No, I mean,
now I'm worried.
Yeah.
I can't leave children around you.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Come on.
It's like, oh, that's psychotic. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
And again, it's just like this unchecked arms race of proposals and one-upsmanship that was happening at this university. Anyway, absolutely crazy. So I guess what I'm saying is do something like that.
Yeah.
Out of the context of a Christian university, just go for it.
And it's actually more romantic the longer you don't reveal that it's you. It's actually like cool.
Like 2 states over.
Yeah. I have to be super clear for a second, really quick. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Sorry.
that.
Don't do that.
Yes, for all the reasons, legal and otherwise, never ever do that.
Don't do that.
Oh my God.
Don't do V for Vendetta. Or
don't. Or The Game.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. That's a terrible idea for a proposal.
Oh my God.
Like the ultimate gaslighting trip of just making you think that you're completely insane, that you've been kept in prison for like 20 years. Turns out it wasn't. You could have like left at any time. The door was unlocked. Yeah.
Well, I think that we've done a lot to help this person with some very genuine advice. Oh, sorry.
Here's a fun thing you should know. Most movie theaters have DVD players in them, and you can rent them out to be empty almost anytime you want to play any movie you want for very low fees. So if you are trying to privately have a special moment with someone that's not in your house, that is a good way to go. Just call your local movie theater. And I do mean like an AMC or a Regal. They do this shit all the time. The other thing too, most restaurants will let you reserve time outside of normal hours, museums too. So like if you ever want to go outside your house and do something, just call ahead and see if they will let you do it at a private time. You may have to be there at like 9 a.m, but then it's kind of cool and it's just you guys. That's cool. Also, your home is like your place that you've created together. So don't underestimate how special that can be and how you can create a special time at home with like all their favorite things and all their favorite stuff, and they don't have to go anywhere. Now, if you want bad advice, Have you seen that Maury Povich episode with that lady who's afraid of olives? Sometimes if you expose people to the thing they don't want, they eventually build up a tolerance. So propose to her on the Maury Povich show. I feel like that could be great. Like, it's the most perceived. Like, you could go the like absolutely most perceived and be like, I'm the only one who can get you out of this situation. There's a van waiting. And you could go that bad with it. But probably not. Just rent a movie theater or something.
Exposure therapy is what you're saying. Like real.
Yes, exposure therapy.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. Exposure therapy.
Yeah, have the world's
Make her crowd surf as you propose.
Have the world's most romantic and private proposal, and the moment she says yes, pull a cord, pulling a curtain down, revealing everyone she's ever known.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Filled with everyone she'd ever had a thought like, did I make Jill upset last night? I feel like.
Do I kiss weird? That date was short, and I don't know. Like, everyone she's ever matched with on Hinge.
Yeah. So that's airtight. I think this is rock solid advice.
There's a lot of solid advice here. Before we move on, I want to hit you with this. Do you think it's you think if I get gay married on the Purge that it's okay afterwards?
I think it depends on what state you're in.
Because that's a loophole.
Because if it's one of the states where it's legal, then no.
Well, no.
Because it's only crimes on the
It's
Purge.
illegal it would be illegal for two gay people to get married, but I'm already married. I did it during the Purge, so it's fine. Now I'm just stuck here. It's also illegal for gay people to get divorced, so when I divorce him, I'm going to have to do it on the Purge again.
You have to wait for another Purge day.
Yeah.
God damn.
And our lawyers arguing with each other.
You spend it all filing paperwork.
Pursuits. And they're also having to do all the paperwork for gay divorces.
That happened exclusively on the Purge. And I only mean that during the first one, which I think came out in like 12.
Oh, I think the first Purge movie is like 2008.
We're taking bets.
Bets.
Yeah.
What do you think it is, Paige?
I think I'm gonna say later. I'm gonna say 2015.
I said 2012. You said
2008. But now I'm thinking like, what else came out in 2008? And it's the Purge feels very post-Obama. Post-Obama first term. So I would actually say like, yeah, probably like between 2010 and 2015, somewhere in there.
2013.
Yeah. Ooh, I was over. So Andrew's the closest by Price is Right rules. Mondo's the closest.
2013. All right, we've got another question. We've got our last question because I realize we've been recording for almost an hour. Our next question comes to us from somebody that is looking specifically for Paige's help. Not by name, but by marriage. How do people make friends anymore? My husband and I moved for his job, something we both agreed upon, but now that we're here, we have found it incredibly hard to make friends. Bars are really for people who are trying to hook up. Meetups in our area seem to be for older couples who we don't really have a connection with. So how can a young hot married couple find friends?
Ooh, okay. So this is a difficult answer that most people ain't gonna like. It's way harder for you to find friends together than it is for you guys to find friends separately and then make those friends. Just putting it out there. Because if you try to only find friends as a couple, you then only befriend other couples, and the likelihood that you will like both of them much lower. Much lower. So each of you try to find your own friends and then organize things where everyone gets together. And in the process, you might actually set up some of your friends that end up being single. That's kind of fun. But
that does have the bad side of if that relationship crumbles, as it inevitably will, you will have to choose between one of your friends, and then one of you will have to start the process all over again. So I would suggest doing what Paige said, getting two individual friends and then bringing them together.
Yes. Absolutely.
But before they meet, just being like, hey, you're going to meet my boyfriend, Andrew, who, like, you know him. He's great. He's awesome. We're very close and we have a loving relationship. But you're also going to meet his best friend, Dandrew. And You cannot fuck Dandrew.
You are not allowed to fuck Dandrew.
He has the most icky STD imaginable, and they're like, "Oh, what do you mean, like he's got like syphilis or something?" And they're like, "No, it's called Dandrew disease, and if you fuck him, your face turns gross." What?
Yeah. You get
he's got chronic dick punch.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Every time you fuck him, it feels like your boob falls off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Only one? Well, this comes back to something you and I talked about last week, Armando, which is the cultural differences between different cultures and if it's okay to date the people in your friend circle.
Yep.
And this kind of, I mean, I feel like it's a much longer conversation, but I feel like I have a ton of friends that like from comedy and other things. And I've started making a bunch of friends in like a kind of modeling and fashion and group thing. And some of those people can also be friends with Jake. Like they would like Jake if they met him or they've been over to our house, they know him, whatever. Jake has his own friends that are also very cool that we like, that I've met maybe once or twice. And, you know, sometimes we invite them all to the same place. Sometimes we don't. But it just means that there are times that we can sometimes get away from each other for a day. Because, like, even when you are married to someone and you love them, sometimes you just need a day that's, you know, with other people to hang out and reconnect with the world and shit.
Yeah.
So have your own friends.
Solo time with the homies.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah.
I like the way that you described it, where it's like, yeah, I have my friends from comedy and I have my friends from like modeling and doing fashion stuff. And then Jake's got the brood, which is just
He's got the boy.
Yeah.
He's got a rat king. And he just
yeah, when you said Jake has his own friends, I heard a motorcycle rev up. Like, it was sick.
I'm sure there's some with motorcycles, but like, you know, because Jake's a carpenter and works in a lumberyard, so he has a lot of friends around that. He's in like woodworking groups and stuff online, and he connects with those people. But those are people that like I don't have a ton to talk to, you know, or talk with about.
I think,
and like I can still meet them and it's fine, but like it's cool for us to have our own people. Of course.
I think that's really fun. I think that's really good advice too, that you should both individually make friends and then sort of bring those friends together. And sometimes they'll gel and sometimes they won't. And that's why you have sort of separate friend groups, kind of, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. You have the little pods. I will say though that I recently, since moving back to Los Angeles, have been trying to find friends, or my partner and I have both been trying to find friends that are in couples also, so that we can do like double datey couple things, because otherwise I'm just inviting Andrew.
And as mentioned, painfully alone.
Alone.
Yeah.
Painfully alone.
Painfully alone. Well,
so,
it's also...
So, Paige, these model friends of yours.
They're all plus size models. If that's a deal breaker, don't say it out loud on this podcast.
My dick just cracked its knuckles. What did you... Sorry. I'm so obscene. I'm so sorry.
No, that's great. Yeah, they're all plus size models. But they're very friendly and nice.
My dick just cracked its knuckles.
Its knuckles?
Can I put dick in a fucking podcast title?
Incredible. I will also say we do have some couple friends, in part because I have a sister who is married. So that's like a couple we hang out with. And then my childhood best friend that I've been friends with all the way up through college is also married with a kid. So like we hang out with them.
Sure.
But those are people that we kind of knew before that then coupled up.
Sure.
Into a thing. And then they became our couple friends.
It's definitely harder to find a fully formed couple, like you said, that you both hang out with, which is why I brought it up. It's because, like, you're completely right that it's so much easier to meet two different people, then they become a couple, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You have machinations to bring them together.
One and they bring their significant other and they seem cool.
Yeah. Or do what I'm saying, which is like scheme and make these people date so that you can have them in your life for another purpose. Because people,
my parents are notorious for that.
Yeah, because people are playthings that you control for your own benefit
and amusement. Yeah,
and amusement. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think what's really funny about meeting married couples is that, like, married couples or dating couples, obviously, is that, like, Man, doesn't it suck so much ass when one of them is the sickest person ever and the other one is just such a dud?
Oh
Doesn't that,
my
like,
God. Yes.
Man.
It happens.
And I don't know how to do things where it's like, hey, you should come. But not your husband, and not in a weird way.
And not in a weird way.
No,
it's like you're just sick and your husband sucks.
Yeah. Occasionally, though, and it's tough, and usually, eventually, those people break up or they're no longer part of the friend group. But the alternate is when the person that you thought sucks suddenly does something awesome, and then you're like, "Oh fuck yeah, no, Steve's cool. Steve's invited because of that one time," and like that brings somebody in. Or sometimes you keep the like let's say you made friends with one person and you met their significant other. And that person's cool as shit, and then they break up, you keep the significant other.
Oh.
Sometimes that happens too.
Oh my God.
This is a little bit...
Take this anchor.
This is a little bit similar to what Paige and I were talking about the other week, which is that, like, is it not super common practice for when one of your best friends, or like a very close friend, breaks up with somebody that... I feel that I am honor bound to sort of be like, okay, fuck that bitch. Like, your ex is dead to me.
Yes, yeah, sure.
Like, I'm unfollowing on Instagram if it's that serious. Most of the time I'm not, because I don't care. But like,
sometimes they catch a block, you know.
Yeah, sometimes they catch a block. At most, I look, when I see you in the streets, I will be courteous. But I won't be friendly.
I'm the opposite, where to me it depends on A, what happened, and B, how much I liked the significant other, because I might just continue to hang out with them and then just not invite y'all to the same shit, because I'm a busy lady with a lot of events going on.
Sure.
So, you got different groups of friends. They just become a different group.
So yeah, that's exactly, to leap off Paige's point at the beginning is, do not try to find friends as a couple, because that is a surefire way to swing. And
just like those Mormon ladies.
You will all of a sudden be like, yeah, no, it's great hanging out, Jim. Why are you rubbing my shoulders now?
Yeah.
No, like, okay, but hey, unless that's what you want to do. But so find friends individually. And I mean, which is way easier said than done, because that's also very difficult, in your 30s. My advice to you are twofold. And this is actually genuine advice. One, in order to meet interesting people, you have to be interesting, which means you have to have interests, which means you have to have hobbies. Go out, go get involved in something, a club, don't start stand-up or improv. Do not. Under no circumstances should you do those things. But hey, why don't you take a pottery class or something like that? Get an interest, a hobby,
cooking
a
class,
trade, something that's like that's skill-based. Just get out there, meet people. That's how, because for the longest time, you made friends like kids make friends, because I lived across the street from a kid. We had nothing in common other than we lived near proximity. So now it's the same rules apply. You have to be near people to make friends. So go out and be involved in things. The other way, so that, you can make friends by going out and, being involved in your community in things.
Gross.
Which is disgusting. And,
which is gross. Getting involved in the community is gross. Everyone should be a hermit. Everyone should be a fucking Unabomber, dude. That's what I think.
Get a copy of the Little Red Cookbook.
Yeah.
My husband just texted me a meme from the kitchen that says, "Couple seeking experienced dom to tell us what to have for dinner every night." Accurate. Find a dom friend.
Damn.
Meet your remote coworkers.
Oh God. That Andrew reminded me of a joke that I used to do in stand-up that never worked because no one ever liked it. It was just a thing that purely seemed to be for me.
Was it the timed cum?
Yeah.
It was cum proximity.
Yeah, it was cum proximity. Every friend that I had growing up was just another dude whose dad came at the same time as my dad. Yeah. And that's all
within... a few months.
Yeah, that's every fucking friend I ever had growing up was just a series of dads who probably knew each other.
Just rawing.
Just fucking raw dogging and coming around the same time in general as my father.
Yeah.
And then that's what schools are, is a display case for cum. You split them up. You go, here's this year's cum and this year's cum and this year's cum. Oh no, this cum's too old. Got to move it with the high school cum. And then that cum makes cum itself. Yeah. No one ever liked that like you guys do now. Like
I've just heard it multiple times.
yeah, because I keep.
You're not wrong, though.
No.
I mean, it's just proximity. But now that you're a grown-up, you go more places. So you got to, figure out how to make friends in those places.
And also, I would say that, you have to go individually and to do these things and to meet these people, because also, chances are, if you're trying to meet couples as a couple, there's a high probability, not always, but there's a high probability you meet other couples at things for kids, because that's where parents, where like
that's where parents make friends.
That's where especially mid-30s, you want to talk about where mid-30s couples meet, it's at other kids shit, because that's the only place they go out to. It's like, I go to the movies 2 times a year, the rest of the time I'm taking my kid to this, that, and the other. We're meeting at a playground. We're going on a walk. It's some kind of thing that because your life fundamentally changes, and so activities revolve around children, and so
that sucks.
I agree.
Well, but here's the thing, though. It's like the people with kids don't have time to hang out with you the way that people who don't have kids hang out. Like Jake and I don't have kids, and we're in our soon to be late 30s. He's turning 40 in a couple days. So we have a very different life than the one couple friend that we have that has children, right? We don't go to any of that same stuff. We don't have the same, social calendar, but we'll do things like, hey, they're showing The Shining at this theater on 35. We're going to go to that. And there are other horror people we can meet up with, single, together, who knows what, that are more in line with what our social circle is. So don't make friends with couples, because a lot of couples be having kids and shit. And that's a very different social calendar.
Yeah, and what I was saying is it fucking sucks that when you reach a certain point in your life, the only way to access the DLC for friendship late in life is to have a kid, is to bring a new fucking life into the world, a new save into the game. That sucks.
Or to just be cool as shit.
Yeah.
Be cool enough that everyone wants to hang out.
100%. But I also I'm 28 right now. So making friends is fucking awesome and easy for me. I just kind of walk around.
Yeah,
I walk around with a cool shirt, and I meet a guy who's cool shirt, and now we're best buds.
Yeah. 28.
That's how I met a girl at Netflix.
Yep.
28. You walk anywhere with a sixer, you're making a friend.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, in public.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not supposed to be
Yeah.
drinking. Oh, man, you'll make so many friends. Damn, that is right. Holy shit. Okay, new plan.
Yeah.
Go get a sixer and walk around parking lots.
There you go. If you're not 28, try dressing really cool. Because, I make more friends as just the best dressed fat girl in the room than anywhere else. Where girls are like, let's go shopping together. And I was like, cool. We'll group up, and now we have an activity.
Yeah, I have the same thing, but for tiny elves, where they're like, where did you get your clothes? They're perfect for a tent for my entire family.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I paint. I'm a painter. And so I do a lot of outdoor plein air painting. And so I'm out in nature and I'm painting. And let me tell you this, if you want to befriend retirees,
Yes.
if you want
100.
if you want to befriend retirees, my friend, brother, look no further than plein air painting. On my birthday, I went plein air painting at Topanga State Park. Gorgeous park, very close to Los Angeles. Went out there. It was gorgeous. Saw a huge bobcat. Walked 30 feet away from me. It was crazy.
Oh,
It was really cool.
Andrew, straight up, by the way, is a fucking Disney princess. He has so many stories with video evidence of wild animals, like a fucking chipmunk just walking up to him and eating out of the palm of his hand, and then winking, and then saying full sentences in English, and then singing a song while he gets ready.
Yeah,
that happened to me at the Grand Canyon one time. They'll just come up to
part?
you. It's wild. All of
okay.
it. They sang me some filthy songs.
yeah.
I think the tourists are, instilling bad habits.
Unrepeatable. Yeah, no, I went to Mount Rainier over the summer, and I had a chipmunk follow me like a mile down the trail. Follow me. There were other people on the trail. It followed me down the trail. And even when the trail split, it came my direction. It came around the corner. I have video evidence of all of this.
Yeah.
I believe
And
you.
it like followed me all the way to the
believe
parking
you.
lot. Anyway, what was all this to say? Oh yeah, painting. So yeah, I went to Topanga State Park and I was painting out in nature. I probably saw 7 or 8 people going on hikes out there. 5 of those people retirees. Every one of them talked to me for at least 5 minutes. Like everyone was like,
Yep.
"Oh, what are you do? Are you paint? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. You know, our son paints, or he used to paint. We need to see if he's still painting." And I just like started, full conversation. It's lovely. So like, again, if you want to be approached, if you want to befriend some lovely retirees, maybe get written into a will, take up plein air
That's what's up.
painting. It's a lovely activity. I highly recommend.
Look, this is
Any outdoor craft.
Oh,
Truly.
absolutely.
Yeah. People
And if-
love to approach.
if you want to meet a lot of like specifically like Chinese retirees, you could take up doing motions in the park slowly
Oh, Tai
and
Chi.
fluidly on a yoga mat. Which honestly, like everything I said up until that point sounded like I was about to do a racist joke. I just think it's super chill.
No, it's chill as fuck.
And I see them do that and I
It's
want
very
to
chill.
I want to do it, but I don't know how to. I don't think you can just walk over and do it. I don't think they'll
Can
let
I
you.
get in
I
on
mean,
this?
I mean, maybe.
I
I
don't
don't know. I feel like I had some interactions over the weekend with an old Chinese woman that was incredibly welcoming, but spoke no English. But we had a good time.
Hold
And so
on,
I'm like,
I'm
you know
not.
what,
I'm not
maybe.
saying anything about the Chinese in general as a whole, as a blanket statement. Just when I see
just
them doing
saying,
fluid
like,
movements in
you
a park, I want to hang out.
Yeah. I want.
And I'm, maybe try and join in.
Yeah, yeah. I'll start breakdancing.
I will say, sorry, real quick before you leave. One thing you should not do though. I said make friends individually. Do not go to try to make friends solo at a climbing gym, because that is the other place you will get. That's where you'll get to be
Yeah.
someone's third. That is where that
Yeah,
happens.
Yeah. Well,
100,
climbing gyms
yeah.
are just bars for people who don't drink or drink way too much.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's for the most sober
Yes.
and the most unsober people you've ever met.
Well, and it's just a whole bunch of dudes with great upper arm strength, which is just,
Hot.
as a lady, it seems enticing. It's super hot, but like, then they're juggling all the girls that want to embelay on. So like, it's tough.
And sometimes you just got to cut the line.
Yep.
So this next thing, by the way, is going to be not funny at all. And I don't mind if we cut it out. But to go back to Magic the Gathering for
Great.
to go back to
Cool.
Magic the Gathering for a second, this weekend even, Andrew, myself, and my partner, we'll sometimes go out to a cafe and that has like outdoor seating. And also it's not like a stacked cafe. Like there's plenty of seats. People are rotating in and out. And we'll order breakfast. We'll order like a coffee drink, and then we'll play a game of Magic the Gathering, which usually takes us like an hour and a half to 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
And it's just like a nice time sitting there with your buds playing in the fucking LA beautiful weather. And this last time that we were playing, an elderly woman walked up to us and went, "Y'all playing Pokemon?" And we went, "It's actually Magic the Gathering."
No, it's not nerdy like Pokemon. It's Magic the. Oh.
How dare you? And then she goes, how did y'all meet each other at like a meetup or something? And we were like, no, we all
friends,
live together.
We live together. Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, okay. It's just because my daughter's doesn't really have any friends, and she likes this, nerd shit. And I just can't figure out how to get her to meet other people who like the same nerd shit. So anyway, enjoy your Pokemon. And then she walked away and left
Yeah.
the restaurant. But still, just even this woman's fucking daughter is unable to find friends, and this woman is out there canvassing the neighborhood,
Right.
looking for friends.
She's on the My Daughter Friends Street team.
Yeah.
Trying to Time to hustle.
Do you guys want stickers, hats?
But I can.
My daughter needs friends. QR code.
Yeah, go to mydaughterneedsfriends.tv. We could not afford.com. I guarantee you, though, if somebody who is interested in Magic had come up to us and been like, hey, do you mind if I join in your game? I'm going to go run home, grab my deck real quick. I'll be right back. We would have been like, yeah, dude, for sure. Come on.
Totally.
So if you just see somebody doing something that you think is cool, just be like, hey, that's cool. And then strike up a conversation. You might become friends. Again, don't try to do the couple friend thing. It's there's so many reasons why that's not going to work out. Yeah, I think. Oh, and don't make friends during the purge. I cannot.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot stress enough. Oh, fuck.
They're just finding a warm body that they can kill later for the thrill of it.
That's correct.
And especially don't make friends before the purge either. And they ask you to come over to your house, and then they ask what the code is for the lock, and then they disable it so their friends can come in, and it's a double twist. And they're actually here to kill you on the purge. Man, I'm really glad I talked about the purge so much. It does technically make this a Halloween episode, and I'm sure people loved it.
Oh yeah, that's going to be most of the comments.
Yeah.
It's talking about the crimes they would commit during the purge,
Which
stuff that will end up being evidence probably one day.
Yeah.
Which you should.
Rob a cheese store.
If you were, wow, yeah,
That's my purge crime. I'm going to go rob a fancy cheese store.
because the resale value alone.
But also, I'm going to eat most.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
sure.
getting way high on my own
I'm going to
supply.
eat everything I can carry.
I am going to look like Jerry from Tom and Jerry. I'm going to be cheese shaped. I'm going to look like a wedge. I am going to.
Yes.
Yeah, I look like the number 8 because I got a cheese wheel in my belly and a cheese wheel in my cheeks, and I'm fucking stacked.
Coming for your prosciutto.
Oh my God. All right.
Please tell us what you would do as a crime during Purge Day in the comments, and you don't have to specify that it's on Purge Day because we already know that. So just say, just be like, on June 23rd, 2023, I did this, and then it was like the crime that you would have committed during Purge. Because remember, that's when Purge Day was. We looked it up.
Last year.
Yeah,
June
that's
last
when
year.
Purge
Yeah,
Day
it was June last year. So just say, on June 23rd, 2023, I did this crime. And then tell us what you did on Purge Night.
Yeah, or maybe like January 6th, 2020. You.
Tell us what you did. Where were you?
Where were you at? What were you doing?
Yeah.
And hey, if you want to support this show, you can go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv. It's a great place to go to help support us and the things that we do. For just $5 a month, you get access to some fun stuff, but it also helps us make this show that you're listening to right now. Yeah, go to patreon.com/midnightsnacktv. It's the best way to support us. For just $5 a month, you get access to some fun stuff. There's other tiers as well. And honestly, you don't have to pay us money. You don't have to. And we cannot stress that enough, that you don't have to give us money. But we love you more when you do. And no one laughed at all, which is bleak and dark and fucked up.
Where's the lie, Armando?
Okay.
My love is conditional. No.
We absolutely do love you more when you give us stuff, so please do that. And we would love to shout out a couple of our lovely supporters, like Nate M for supporting us. That's so great.
Nate M.
We also have Ashley Silcock. Ashley Silcock, thank you so much for supporting us.
Coming through.
Those are two $10 munchers. We've also got Jake, who gives $5 a month.
Wow. I mean,
I
I guess. No, thank you, Jake. Let's see how long we can keep the deafening silence going. No, Jake, we appreciate it.
Yeah, Jake, your $5 a month, it is really good. And even if it's just for 1 month, I cannot stress to you how much we appreciate it. Making these shows is really fun, but they take time and they take money. And so we thank you for giving to us because it allows us to do more stuff. And if you give any amount, I guarantee you that I love you. It's just, thank you for supporting the arts. It's such a good thing to do, and I appreciate you. If you don't give anything, the least that I can ask of you is if you can tell people to listen to the show. That's it. But you don't have to give any money. I know I've joked around a lot. I just really want to be clear and very specific. You don't have to give money. It is okay. I completely understand that not everyone's situation allows them to give money, and you should not feel any amount of bad for not being able to. We just love you more when you do. Anyway.
But leave a 5-star review if you like the show, and why wouldn't you? It's a damn delight.
It's a good show.
Yeah. So leave a 5-star review, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell anyone who will listen.
Leave us a 5-star review. You can do so on really anywhere you listen, and you should everywhere you listen. The show is currently 96 ratings, perfect 5-star, which I'm sure is going to change now that I've said that out loud.
Yep.
And this one is
knock on wood.
This one is one of my favorite reviews, and I'm sorry if I read it out loud before. I don't remember it, but it makes me happy. It says, "It's a great show," and the comment reads, "It's a great show." And that comes to us from "It's a great show."
Definitely not a robot.
Really great show. Really great.
Really great show. That is a 5-star review. Thank you so much for leaving it. We appreciate you so much. And yeah, if you want to find me online, I'm very easy to find. I'm at Mondo Does Stuff, MANDO Does Stuff, all one word, on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that fun stuff. Also, I have a show this, whatever the 10th is, 3 days from now. So come on out to that. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a lot of fun. I forget who else is on the lineup, but I know my friend Niles Abston is, and he's very funny. So if you're not coming for me, you should come for Niles. Thank you. Good night. Goodbye. Good luck. Forever. Goodbye.
The plot of my favorite Frasier porno. You can find me on Instagram at andrewroses.ig. That's the place to follow me, to find me, to check out what I'm putting out there. And that's it. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing for right now. So please subscribe to the Patreon and donate or not. That's my plug.
Yeah, and if you like Paige and Paige Wesley, you can find her at patreon.com/midnightsnacktv. The best place to find out what Paige is up to.
Oh God. I mean, definitely social media, but also, I mean, if you want to give Armando $5 so he'll love you more, that's fine. But at Rampage Wesley on Instagram and TikTok, at Paige Wesley on Twitter. I have a ton of stuff coming out. If you're a horror virgin romancing the pod cult podcast listener, you know that I am away for the next week, but there will be plenty of podcasts out during that time from a bunch of other people. So you probably won't miss much, but keep an eye on my Instagram. I'll be posting all of them as they come out. And yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And I think that's going to do it for us this week.
That's right. And
this is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge, sanctioned by the U.S. government. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the Purge concludes. And for the first time since its inception, no one has been granted special immunity from the Purge.
Oh, shit! I'm fucking kidding.
No!